morning, everybody. Hope you're doing great.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with different timing. There was one to tell a man, but one to tell a dog. There was something that there was.
So that is the theme for today. Is going to be doing a movie talk about martial arts films. Haven't done one in a while, so hope everybody's having a great day. And again, thanks to my subscribers and anybody that views. If you want to subscribe, please do. Channels more or less obscure movies, somewhat is the leaning of it. There's other videos in my playlist that are a little different. Change it up every once in a while. Lately, I have not been this year. But I have something to do. Give me something that I want to do and keep myself busy a little bit. So, but yes, so we're kung fu fighting. One thing I've noticed is I mentioned in my previous video about Westerns, where the picture needs to be a little more grainier for me to have that Western feel instead of like a clear image. Well, it almost is like the opposite for kung fu movies. So if anybody watched martial arts films in the 70s and early 80s, very low budget film quality for the most part. And today, the film quality and the effects are so much better. So it's kind of the opposite with how Western, I think a Western compared to martial arts should be filmed. So these are all more or less modern day martial arts films. So I didn't do any like Kung Fu Theater type videos, which kind of wish I would have broken those down in my past videos. I know I've mentioned them, but I think I wish I would have broken it down into the 70s, 80s martial arts, because like I say, it's kind of a lower quality, lower budget type film. They're still entertaining to watch. Choreography back then to today, I mean, it's a little with the filming a little more in depth, a little more, I guess, compared to back in the 70s, 80s kung fu martial arts films. Well, starting off, these are all DVDs that I've watched recently, and first one called Jade Warrior, and this one is supposedly the first Finland martial arts film that was done. Kind of goes between present day and past with, I guess you want to say, reincarnation of the hero is how it works out. It's one that you do have to follow the storyline to try to understand. There's a few times that you kind of get lost if I'm watching it. And there's scenes, though, that are worth, fight scenes that are decent. Basically, a blacksmith of modern day kind of reveals his past, and there's a woman involved that you gotta figure out the storyline with her. So this one, yeah, again, I would think storyline's a little more complex, or to follow along is you don't want to leave the room too long if you have to. This one, next one is kind of goes towards the lower budget kung fu theater called Vampire Hunters. That basically martial arts dealing with supernatural. it kind of, again, it kind of goes that route of, the back in the day kung fu theater type movies that you watched at 11 o'clock at night on a Friday, Saturday night. So it's interesting. You have to be kind of, the first time I watched it a second time. The first time watched it with a friend, and I don't know, it just was not into it or something. The second time around, I felt a little more, maybe it was the storyline or something. It's like martial arts with supernatural kind of thing that threw me off maybe. But again, there's some decent fight scenes in it and worthwhile watching. So that's that. And I'm trying to think which way to go on these next ones. Yeah, we'll go do a little Jet Li. First one, Kiss of the Dragon with Bridget Fonda. More or less, Jet Li is agent for the government, and kind of has he's in France, and he's undercover, and he gets kind of framed for something he didn't do, and he has to figure out how to do it. In the meantime, he ends up kind of working with Bridget Fonda, who's been more or less turned into someone that ends up getting addicted to drugs, and he helps and she helps they help each other. There is one scene with a pool table and a cue ball, billiard ball, that kind of is a little interesting. Again, some decent fight scenes, choreography is pretty decent. And for most part, I think if you have a martial arts film, there's going to be something in that film that will catch your eye for martial arts and fighting wise. Again, a movie to worth watch. And then the next one, The Warlords, with Jet Li in it. This one kind of is a trust, who you trust, and again, a movie that you do want to watch to follow the storyline and understand when the ending comes around. Still a little stories, a little complex watching it. Again, choreography is decent, some decent fight scenes, and enjoyable for martial arts film. Next martial arts film, 13 Assassins. Basically, this is kind of the movies of The Dirty Dozen and Magnificent Seven, and I always forget how this all started. I'll have to I didn't prepare myself. Apologize on that. And basically, you get a group of people together to fight, the corrupt government or soldiers, and try to protect the people is what it comes down to. The ending. There's about 15 minutes. It's got to be over 10 minutes. Close to 15 minutes of a battle scene that's pretty intense. It goes pretty good, and it does a good job. There's some points that's a little slow, but for the most part, like I say, the battle at the end it's pretty decent. It goes, like I say, it's like, wow. I think I even did it. It's like, this is still going on. And so decent movie to watch. And choreography, again, there's some fight scenes that are decent. And my last one, Shaolin. Jackie Chan is in this. And Andy Lau, who was also in The Warlords, and I want to make sure he's not in this one here. Got so many people. But Shaolin is one with, it isn't a Jackie Chan. He's more or less a second actor, supporting actor in the movie. He gets his 5 minutes of fame, I guess you want to say, in the movie. But more or less, a general ends up converting to being a Shaolin monk and taking in Buddha and kind of trying to find his way. And the only thing is the voiceover for Jackie Chan is different from his previous voices. So if you're watching it English dubbed, it's kind of like, wow, it's a different voice for Jackie Chan to listen to. So, and again, there's a little humor in it. There's some kids that end up, some children, monks, I guess you want to say, or that end up getting into fighting in the end, and that kind of gets entertaining. And then Jackie Chan's a cook, and he basically goes along with, hey, I don't fight, and he ends up fighting, and he ends up using his cooking skills to do the fighting. You have to watch the movie kind of to get, when he's doing his fighting, what they're talking about. Again, there's scenes that there's some, again, decent movie to watch. Ranking wise, I'd basically put Vampire Hunters on the bottom, but it's still watchable. But yeah, Jade Warrior, and then, how would I go about it? I almost will say I put Kiss of the Dragon third from the bottom, and then the other three are the ones that are on top: Shaolin, 13 Assassins, and the Warlords. So that is that for movie talk and kung fu theater for today. Hope everybody enjoys. I think there's some people out there, you're getting sick of the crazy world. I don't know, maybe it is, sit back, watch a movie. I got tons of them if you're looking for some recommendations. Some of them are not good movies, even if I said that they're all right. Starting to think I wish I would have done a little better. If it's a great movie, I kind of do go that way. There's a few middle of the road on the fence that I probably should have put on the thumbs down, coming to think. But I think sometimes watching those kind of movies changes it up a little bit. And how I look at it is, if you watch a movie that's not that great, I think you come out of the next movie you watch is going to be, even if it's okay, you're going to think, wow, this is much better than what I just watched. So, suck one up for the team, I guess, and watch a bad movie to enjoy movies down the road. That's where you could say, oh my God, this is, I remember when I watched whatever movie it was, and it's like, this is so much better. Just my take. But yeah, I have tons of movies out there if you are looking for something. There's some trailers on my playlist if you're looking to see what possibly could be. Sometimes the trailers don't do justice for the movie. Point that out. And that's about it for today. I'm going to wrap it up. I don't think I'm going to go into much more. Again, thanks for anybody that watches. And thank YouTube. I kind of wish YouTube would let me have a discussion for my channel. But hopefully down the road that comes into play. Just something that I've had some people, ask, hey, I can't, and it shows that I have supposed discussion, but my viewers basically say they don't have it. So again, something, and I know YouTube was changing around some things, but I'm kind of hoping that they open it up for everybody. I don't have many viewers, but I think a chat here and there would be good. And then make comments in my video if you want, have no problem with it. Thumbs down or whatever. If you want to vent, go ahead and vent. Just try to enjoy and have a good one, and take it easy, everybody.